Hi everyone. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. Oh my god. The past weekends of April has been really busy for me. But I missed you. That's why I have gist for you. Election Gbos continues. So, welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining, I say welcome to you. If you've been here before, welcome again. And it is election Gbos, still on the run. And there was something really interesting I ought to have discussed with you, which is, it's not only Peter Obi that went to court. So he's not the only one saying, oh my God, I've been cheated. We equally have Atiku Abubakar, who contested under the PDP party platform. He has also come out to say, hey, you guys did me dirty and I'm going to court, guys. And have you even looked at the election petition he filed? 232 pages. Goodness me. It's not a joke, fam. 232 pages. I was looking at the document and I was like, whoa, that's a law. That's a law, man. But one thing about an election petition is you do not only come with the grounds at which you're saying, I have been cheated, or my right has been infringed, or a procedural law has been breached. You're also coming with facts of that ground. On that note, you'll be relying on facts, and then of course you will be tying it to the requisite law which concerns that breach or that infringement. Okay, so that's the beauty. But it seems they had done their homework, and I'm going to salute in a very special way Gazama. Oh my God, Kiari Gazama, the son who led the team for Atiku under PDP. And if you look at the election petition, you will see that he and PDP, they were suing APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the INEC, saying that, and they came under four grounds. One is, of course, the process was, not in line with the Constitution, the election petition, the Electoral Act, and the guidelines. That's the INEC guidelines. They were not in line, and he was also saying that the practice or the process of conducting the election on the day was fraudulent. It was corrupt. It was wrought with fraud. He was also saying that the winner, who happened to be the second respondent, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did not meet the majority of the votes, which is supposed to make him the winner. And then, of course, we look at section 134, and he was challenging them under section 47 of the Electoral Act, as well as 64, sub 4, sub 5. So it's a very rich, like I was telling a friend recently, I was like, oh, more law students who are going to write exam, they may not really use this for this year, but next year, law students, I can assure you, civil law, watch out for this. That's why I would say follow. If you're going to law school anytime soon, this is a very interesting, and it's going to be going on for a long time. Sometimes I was like, oh my God, I wish I was, there with my lecturers where we would just discuss this, because it's really interesting. 235 pages according to my phone, but my laptop, it says 223 pages, and I'm like, oh my God, even if it's a law, God, it's a law. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. Now, it's quite interesting. And then the fourth one, he's saying that the second respondent, in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is not even qualified to contest. I know this is not new, but something has been creeping on Twitter about the fact that he has dual citizenship. And the Constitution contains that if you're going to be contesting election, you are not allowed to have dual citizenship because of what? Conflict of interest. You are not allowed, because we don't want a situation whereby you are trying to favor one at the expense of the other. This one, they want you to focus straight on only one country, which is your own country, which is the one. And I don't think he came under any platform to denounce his citizenship with Guinea. How true is that, fam? It's something we're going to discuss as well as a whole lot of other issues. Remember when Peter Obi, if you go back to one of my posts, when Peter Obi filed his own election petition, he said he was convicted. You are not supposed to be an ex-convict if you want to contest for presidential elections. Go check the constitution. You are not supposed to. You are not allowed to. Do you understand? So that's equally another issue on its own. And the interesting part of this particular one is, if you look at the election petition brought in by Atiku Abubakar and PDP, you would see that he equally had stated some facts. He brought the calculations that the registered voters, and you're going to see it on this page, the registered voters as well as the voters who were accredited, and then the voters who voted. So he's saying that there is some sort of disparity because the number of votes you are ascribing to Tinubu is even higher or is even greater than the people who were accredited. We already know how Gbas works. It's supposed to do two things for us. One, accredit, and then help in the transmitting of those, the information, that's the voting itself, is going to help transmit that information to IREV. And then the importance of IREV is to help us to understand live viewing as the votes are coming in, before they are finally, collated together at the coalition center. People can view and see these things and know for themselves who is winning and who is not. But at the end of the day, none of this happened. Some places they said network. And then they came again to say, we had hired the best of hands. They had Amazon Web Service. And Atiku is saying that even if we had problems with Amazon Web Service, he's saying that Amazon would have switched quickly to another service provider to ensure, because it's a cloud-based system. So what's up with network? So, and they are now saying that they are going to be admitting both oral and documentary evidence, even forensic evidence, as well as what? Expert evidence. Now, what he's saying, he's equally called on, I don't want to use the word stray bullets, but it's not really stray because they would definitely be involved in this matter. Like, for real, guys. He's calling on PwC to give a QAT on this issue. That's a quality assessment test on all of these materials, and also the beavers manufacturers. I'm sure they cannot even go away, because what you're trying to tell us now is that you manufacturers, you guys don't know what you're doing, right? Okay, come and prove that the facilities supplied with respect to the beavers machines which was supplied, come and prove that these machines are what they are for real. Do you understand? So forensic evidence will equally be given to prove all of these things I've just mentioned to you, like the quality of the beavers machine as at the time. And they even said that 18 days after the after 1st of March, they were waiting for INEC to upload all of the results, which is, supposed to be in tandem with the provisions of Section 47 of the Electoral Act. They did not do that. 18 days after, you have called a winner without uploading for us to see. And they said they had spent 355 billion. That's a lot of money. Like, I'm quivering. Don't forget that Nigeria is in debt too, of trillions of naira. Trillions. No mistake there. Then at the end of the day, what did we now do? Because this is even, you're taking us back. When we were thinking that the system is supposed to be, 80% automated, you're taking us back to Israel, a bit to Egypt. Do you understand, guys? So there is a lot of, I'm going to be talking about INEC's reply, because almost 223 pages or 236, depending on your laptop or your phone. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But then again, fam, I'm worried. We don't have time again. No. April is nearly drifting away. April is already smiling to us. April is already leaving. Do you understand? And then again, I know sometime a few years ago, the incumbent president, Buhari, had said something about sweeping or I mean swapping or switching, permit me, the Democracy Day from May 29th to June 12th. So is it going to be June 12th or May 29th, the swearing in of the new president? Is it going to be May 29th or June 12th? Now, my question is, although it's not even supposed to be so much of a problem because it's just a matter of like barely 2 weeks apart, but what's going to happen? Is this case going to drag in court for long? Gbas was speaking the other day and he was trying to be polite about having lost faith in the judiciary. As a lawyer, I feel pained. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel pained that this is happening here because is it that we have lost faith in, the system? Will the judiciary awaken that hope again? Or is it that every one of us who do not know what happened and that Tinubu is supposed to be the rightful president of Nigeria? Now, please remember, with emphasis on the word without bias, without shame, without, sentiments, please drop your views because it's becoming scary. Atiku has come to say, it's me. Peter Obi is in court screaming, it is me. I am not called Okute for nothing. And of course, I will give you INEC's reply, as well as APC's reply. We will check for them and we would talk about them like, like adults, like laymen. Because one thing the law does is a reasonable man's test. It's not necessarily, or it's not only about what the law posits. What is a reasonable man's test? Remember, I lectured us on different ways of interpreting the statutes so as to prevent harshness of the law or ambiguity or an obnoxious outcome. So, think with me. And again, let me just use this opportunity to tell you that evidence is admissible in court in a few ways. It could be oral, you calling on the experts to come and talk, and it could be documentary, which has a very high value because we are seeing the evidence as per, documents, especially original or CTC copies of whatever evidence you're going to be admitting in court. Do you understand? So they have promised us, and again, of course, we have forensic, which is more of a scientific, a production of evidence brought in court. Forensic, and a lot of that will be flying around because remember, it was supposed to be a technological process according to what INEC's guidelines, in congruence with the provisions of the Electoral Act, in conjunction with the provisions of the Constitution. So, guys, drop your comments for me. Let's talk about this. Watch out for more of election Gbas. Until then, I remain Obeyoris. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, and you will never regret it.